Hello and welcome to the Awkward Geek. This is Daily 12, December 13th, 2011. Wow, I fumbled over that pretty bad. I did not post a vlog yesterday like I had intended to, but that's because I got interrupted by my friend Rebecca who wanted to talk to me. She wanted to talk to me for quite a while, so I didn't get to make one, and I told her I was going to blame her for not making one, even though I probably should have made one before she called. So I like to stick to my promises. I like to have integrity, so it's all her fault. It's entirely her fault. I'm taking no responsibility for that. Rebecca, it's all your fault that I did not make a vlog. I guess the biggest thing to talk about today is I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. Yesterday and today I've been really intense in my training for my new job with safety care training, which in safety care training is essentially just training for how to deal with situations that may require restraint or containment. So there's a lot of physical activity involved with them. So we actually get to dress down for these. You know, I've been wearing like a t-shirt and a hoodie with the hood tucked in and cargo pants, even though cargo pants aren't allowed and you're supposed to wear a tie and a button-down shirt. On these days we're allowed to eschew that because we need to be a little bit more comfortable for all the physical activity. The reason why it's not called restraint training and the reason why it's called safety care training is because it actually talks about a lot of concepts in relating to de-escalating a situation before it actually gets to restraint, which I like. And the method used is called like the from least restrictive to most restrictive. And I know, in part it's, sort of like the organization just covering its own ass. If it uses the most restrictive all the time, then it seems really bad. But I mean, to some extent, the organization that I'm going to be working for, it's run by people. And despite the negative light that it's been painted in by a lot of people in the media, it's run by people who are honestly caring individuals, and they want to treat other people with dignity and respect. And so even though we have individuals who society often marginalizes as not, being quite the same as other people, these are, regardless of whether or not an individual is emotionally disturbed or development delayed, they're a person. They're a person. They have feelings and emotions and a personality, and they're a person entirely. There's no question about it. But people often don't treat them that way. They treat them differently. I mean, to some extent, you have to treat um, such individuals differently. In some extent, you can't expect them um, to always understand the way that other people would understand you, But it's not like you treat them as less than a person because of it. It's not like you treat them like an animal. Um, and so a lot of people don't seem to get that, like, that we don't see them that way in the organization, that, well, maybe there are some bad apples in the bunch, that most of the people there are good people, and so they see themselves as working with other people, other individuals who are deserving of their respect. And one of the ways that they practice that is, through this safety care training, where they respect an individual's right to be able to be free and to not be restrained and to feel like a person. I mean, sometimes restraint is absolutely necessary because these individuals can get aggressive to themselves or to others. But, when it's not necessary, then we don't want to engage in it. We want people to feel like they're respected. So I really like that. I really think it's great. But we got into actual restraints today. So my legs, my arms, my body are just tired. I'm just very exhausted right now. And I also want to mention that before we started into that, I was stretching because, I knew I was going to be doing some physical activity, so I figured I'd stretch so I didn't pull something. And holy cow, stretching is amazing. I need to do it more often. Like every morning when I wake up, I need to stretch because it just felt so good. I mean, this wasn't like full-out exercise, which I also need to do. It was just stretching, just like moving my arms and my legs and everything like that, just stretching out. And it just felt so good. I just felt so loose and limber and full of energy. Sorry, my phone just vibrated. My friend Pat Grillo just sent me a text. We've been sort of talking back and forth because we haven't seen each other in a while. We wanted to hang out. But anyways, it just felt so good to stretch that I want to do that again. I want to do that often. I want to do that most of the time because it felt so good, and maybe it's something that can help me get into the mode that I need to get into exercise eventually. About my car. My car is, I guess, finished. It's finished being repaired. I didn't get confirmation myself. My father was able to call them because he's a little bit more free to call people while I work. My job's a little bit more restrictive. I can't even have the cell phone in the building technically because, if a student gets their hands on the phone, then they can use it to elope, which is another term for running away, whatever, or do other dangerous things. So I can't even have my cell phone on me. So there's really very little chance of me being able to call out. My father was able to call out for me, and he told me, yeah, they said it was done. I'm not going to be able to pick it up tomorrow, though, because they close at 5, and I get out of work at 5. But on Thursday, I work from 3 to 11. It's just a slightly different shift where I can get some experience working in the classrooms and the residences at night. Um, and so I'll have that day available to me, and we'll probably use that time to go up and grab my car with my nana. So that's cool. I'm sort of debating on whether or not I want to get a second opinion on the car, though. I brought it there because it was under warranty from the the mandated warranty when you buy a used car, and that warranty will be extended for a little while because the car got repaired. But I want to maybe get a second opinion, make sure that what was fixed what should be fixed, and if there's nothing else glaring that's wrong that they might have skipped over because they didn't have to do it, then I'm going to end up getting um, that I'm going to have to repair later because I mean that's not fair, and it's something that they're definitely people are definitely capable of doing. I wish I could trust people more, but I can't. But in the meantime, until I get my car, I'll be borrowing my sister's car again, and her car is on its last leg, so it's kind of frightening. And speaking of my sister, she should be coming home in about a week or less than a week, something like that, which is sort of exciting. I sort of miss my sister, so it'd be nice to see her again. And oh, the last thing I want to talk about is this crazy woman I've met. Her name is Grady, and I've talked about her, and I talked about how I was completely neurotic about her over the weekend. Well, I just had her admit that she works from pretty much 7:30 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. So she works a 14-hour day, which is crazy. And of course, as she said, it's sort of normal if you do it every day. Like I worked over the summer, a couple summers ago, 12, 14-hour days, and it was sort of just normal to do it, even though it was sort of exhausting for that particular work. But I mean, there's all kinds of people that work extremely long days, but to them it's just sort of normal. They're just sort of used to it when you get into it. So I can totally understand that, but still, that is a lot of time to be busy and working, and so when she says she's busy, she really means it. But I'm hoping that we'll still get a chance to talk and learn more about one another. I'd really like to see if there's something there, but I'm just gonna have to be patient, I think, and it's gonna be difficult because I'm not a very patient person. But I honestly believe that she's worth being patient for, because she's just really a neat individual, and I really want to learn more about her. But that's all I've got for you today. I just want to keep you updated on what's going on, and now I'm going to read my text from Pat Grillo and see if we're hanging out soon. Ta-ta!